and welcome back to my channel. This is our first video of 2021 and I'm so excited to bring you a year full of fun, entertaining, and useful sustainability and a little bit of marine science content, and delving deeper into how we can make this a little bit more accessible for the general population. I've rarely seen sustainability advocates really talk about the things that didn't really work out for them, or rather their failures, and so that's what we're going to be talking about today. I think that by me sharing this with you today, it could make our sustainability goals as a community a little bit more realistic, and also if this is your first time hearing about sustainability and how to live a more eco-friendly lifestyle, this could help you make more reasonable lifestyle changes. I feel like with our feeds being so much about unachievable aesthetics and also a lot about mason jars and consumerism, I feel like for somebody starting out, it could actually be a little bit discouraging. I will also preface this by saying that at the end, I will show you something that worked really well for me, just so that this video is not like me being a Debbie Downer. So yeah, sustainability failures, coming right up. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you would like more of this content, please hit the subscribe button. I plan to post at least once every 2 weeks approximately. Anyways, on to today's topic of the sustainable swaps that didn't work for me. Often when people are introduced first to living an eco-friendly lifestyle, we see pictures of perfect kitchens and perfect pantries and perfect bathrooms, and like everything is just so beautiful and aesthetic and organized, and let me tell you, that's not the case for me, and I wanted to be super real about that. And a lot of the sustainability movement is also a lot about buying swaps. My goal was to approach it from a perspective of minimizing consumption as the priority. And many people have challenges of mental and physical health that could pose as barriers to living a sustainable lifestyle. The first thing that didn't work for me: plastic-free toothpaste. None of the things that I have tried have cut it quite as close to just the ordinary fluoride toothpaste that I use to keep our teeth properly clean. In fact, my dentist did notice that my dental health deteriorated over the time that I was using it. I'd say for about a period of 3 or 4 months. I am personally someone that takes my health very seriously, and I just find DIY toothpaste or plastic-free toothpaste to be a little risky. I'm sure that if you are under the guidance of a professional, it could work very well for you, but I'm not in a position in which I can recommend plastic-free toothpaste. If any entrepreneurs out there want to make plastic-free toothpaste tabs with fluoride, you have a really big market. I know a lot of sustainability creators that would love for this to be a thing. Furthermore, my teeth are way too sensitive for the sort of abrasive qualities of zero-waste toothpaste. I just found my tooth sensitivity to be a lot worse after using them. And my teeth also just never felt as squeaky clean as they did before. Right now, I just buy one big thing of toothpaste and I use it like I normally would. And I just think that for something that is thrown away several times a year, there are better areas in my life in which to focus, reducing consumption and reducing my plastic waste. All right, moving on to the second one, DIY makeup and skincare. I was quite the fan of this for a while. It worked pretty well. And then 2020 hit, my environment changed, my stress levels changed. I broke out on my face, and I just needed to incorporate things into my skincare routine that actually worked for me, that had clinically proven compounds in them that actually help our skin. A proper skincare routine hits different. I actually promoted DIY skincare on my YouTube and Instagram about 1.5 years ago, and I kind of regret it because DIY products can actually be really harmful to immunocompromised people, because those cornstarch face powders have no preservatives in them, even natural ones, that can be a perfect breeding ground for various bacteria and yeast that can infect the skin on your face and actually make your skin health a lot worse. So yeah, that's super yucky. Don't do that. So what has worked for me is just buying just only the bare essentials and not more than what I actually need, and making sure I finish the products completely before going in and buying a new one. The third thing that I do not understand is any sort of bamboo travel cutlery, because look at this. I can just stick this into a little cloth and put it in my lunch bag. I don't need to buy anything, and this doesn't cost me a single cent, well, besides actually buying this. So yeah, I've never understood this. This always seemed like a sort of marketing, aesthetic type advertising thing. You already have some. You don't need to buy more. Number 4, a lot of zero waste and sustainability creators love their DIY home cleaning products, and these have just not worked for me. I don't have the time to go out and buy all of those individual ingredients to make all those cleaning products. So what's worked for me is if I have one cleaning product for everything in the house, like an all-purpose cleaner type thing that I can dilute because the scent can be really bad. And so the great thing about being super scent sensitive is that I will check the ingredients and make sure that what I'm buying is actually very useful to me. And I just like being aware of the things that I'm buying. If you can somehow get your home cleaning routine down to just like 1 or 2 products, that could be a huge help. And the 5th thing that didn't quite work for me was fancy schmancy glass containers. So on Instagram, everyone loves to show off their fancy little pantry containers, but I know some people collect them and thrift them, which is really cool. I'm talking more about the pressure to kind of have a very aesthetically pleasing pantry. And in reality, zero waste is really not about being aesthetically pleasing. And fancy schmancy glass containers also promote the idea of, here, just throw away things that you don't need and buy new glass things so that you can reuse. I think that if you have plastic things that you can reuse many times, I think you should still use them and never throw away, even if it's just recycling. And I think it's all about using the resources we have very wisely instead of, again, throwing out perfectly good things just to buy reusable, pretty looking containers. And now, as promised, I'll show you some sustainable swaps that did work for me. Alright, so this is a styrofoam container from just random takeout, and I have been using it as an oil painting palette. I've actually saved like some of these little ones, and I have repurposed them into painting palettes so that I don't have to buy the palette paper. Super niche, I don't know if this will be helpful to anybody, but it's just a really good idea. I lied, I actually have a second one that did work for me. It's a portable bidet. This has been really wonderful, keeps your behind very clean. It cuts down so much on your toilet paper. You get yourself a portable bidet if you can't get like a real fancy one. That is all the chit chat I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you found any of these useful, or if there were sustainable swaps that just didn't work for you, or that you have questions about, feel free to leave me a comment. Don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button, because I'm going to be rolling out more sustainability and zero waste content for you this year. I'm so excited. I hope you all had a safe and wonderful holiday. Happy New Year, and I will see you all next time.